We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 526. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week, as always, the OG Undisputed Scholar himself. He is Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing just well. It has been quite a bloody weekend, a bloody week to say the least, because we had one hell of blood and guts this week, and it was capital B-R Ootle.
Just the way Daddy likes it, and I'm here for it. Speaking of which, next up, we've got another undisputed scholar in his own right. He is the one and only Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, how we feeling tonight, sir?
Feeling pretty good. Just came off of a night of fantastic hardcore wrestling, and Monday Night Raw wasn't too bad either. It's rare when the entire wrestling week is pretty good right before the show, and I have barely any complaints. So we're gonna try to keep this rolling. I know we've got two more people coming in that are gonna try to derail that, but
Nah, there's so much to like in this world of wrestling this week. And speaking of a lot to like, next up joining us, we've got the one and only Scholar Charlie joining us tonight. Scholar Charlie, how's life treating you, sir?
You know, it's good. Working. Got the monies, got the cigars, got the whiskey. I'm feeling good tonight. Did a little dashing. I'm feeling dashingly awesome.
Splendiferous. And last, speaking of dashing, you know him, you love him. He smells like the smelliest smell that ever smelled on a summer's day. You know him, you love him. He is the one and only Scholar Pete. Scholar Pete, how do you inhale and accept oxygen into your body?
As I live and breathe.
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
Chris Jericho. Sorry, everybody. It's Chris Jericho. My Mount Rushmore is Chris Jericho. I blanked out for a second there. No
Ah,
need to be a worry.
you're so funny.
You know who also is a very funny wrestler is Norman Smiley.
Highly underrated.
Highly underrated. Who
Highly.
didn't appreciate the wiggle? I tell you what, gentlemen, who did not appreciate the wiggle?
Perhaps the most underrated next to D'Lo Brown. That Norman Smiley.
Wiggle, yeah.
Yeah.
Wiggle.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had the wiggle.
Norman Smiley is a genius among men, I'll have you know.
He's a hell of a trainer, too.
Jam up guy.
Jam up guy.
Absolutely.
I met him at a wrestling event about a decade ago. And they would do, during the intermission of the wrestling event, they would have certain wrestlers come in. This is when you had Gilbert. Yes, that's right. Gilbert was the headliner of the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, that paints you a picture of how professional we were going with this show.
Speaking of underrated.
What?
Speaking of
Fuck right.
underrated, Gilbert.
fuck right off. Oh, Gilbert.
Gilbert's the best.
Gilbert. I thought you said Goldberg, and then
No!
Charlie said underrated,
No, fuck
and I'm
that
like,
guy.
yo, fuck off.
Fuck that guy.
In all seriousness, Norman Smiley was one of the people at the event. So you could go and take a picture with him in the ring, and it was like, I think like $10, $15. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get a picture with Mr. Wiggle. But I digress. We're not here to talk about Wiggles. We're here to talk about wrestling. Back to you, Jeffrey.
Speak for yourself. I can talk about Norman Smiley for hours.
Who
But
couldn't?
exactly, I know, right? But there is indeed a lot of exciting things to talk about this week in the world of professional wrestling. And we got to kick things off the right way by kicking it off with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed, we shall go once again as we do every episode and peek behind that curtain and wait, who is that? Say his name and he appears. We have Joe Hendry backstage. We have Joe Hendry backstage.
In
this
backstage
segment of
news.
News.
Now,
Joe
everyone,
Hendry, decidedly
now,
not meh.
everyone, now we got to turn around and do our own Joe Hendrys. Come on, everyone, do
I,
it. Ready? Turn around. Ready? One, two, three. Yeah. All right.
I'll
That
have
made
to
me,
see
that
how it
made
came
that.
out
Well
in
done, gentlemen.
recording.
Yeah,
I
right.
love it.
I'm too far away. That's going to come out really bad on my end, but it's all good.
Hey, be that as it may, yeah, hey, this segue has it. It is the big backstage news. Not even, what, 30 minutes before we were set to record this episode. The word is out. Joe Hendry has officially signed to WWE rather, to the shock of few, but maybe shocking to in just a matter of timing. And I guess initial thoughts. I think some of us might see where this is going, but initial thoughts and in terms of timing, what's Joe Hendry going to do next?
Initial
Appear,
thoughts.
hopefully.
Initial thoughts. He's going to keep doing what he was doing in NXT because he's got a good thing going with Thea Hale, at least for the moment. Okay. As far as what Jeff is probably alluding to, that doesn't change his status in the tournament. He's not winning the thing. Okay, it's not happening. I realize he's very over. I realize it's the same with LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realize no, no. There's one option and one option alone for this tournament that makes sense, and any other ending to this tournament is a lie and a failure. But Joe Hendry actually signing with WWE is something that basically everyone that watches WWE should have realized from WrestleMania. Really,
Yeah.
as soon as that dude got in the ring with Randy Orton at WrestleMania, it's like, okay, whenever his contract is up, whenever that may be, Randy Orton just vouched for that dude, and we made fun of him at the time because the match was like 3 minutes long. But I mean, like Randy Orton specifically handpicked you to squash at WrestleMania. That means you're in. So everybody basically knew from April on that it was only a matter of time. It was just really random that it came out on a random Thursday at 9:30 at 9:30 at night, right when this tournament is starting to go down. It's like, let's face it, one of those question marks that's got to pop up or has already popped up. It's got to be Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
We already know that. Now it's basically out in the open that one of those question marks is got to be Joe Hendry.
Tark, Pete, Charlie, any other thoughts on the initial signing of Joe Hendry?
Well, I mean, Scholar Brian hit it on the point. Even before April, I would have to say he made a good headway when he came to the Royal Rumble. You saw in many interviews where he went up to John Cena, and then yes, getting handpicked by Randy Orton, even though it was a three-man match and it was a so-called squash match. It's also you're facing a 14-time world champion, and you are the TNA champion. Not dissing on TNA, but it's also WrestleMania. You got to put your best foot forward. But the thing with Hendry is he commits to the character. He's great at people love him. He's over. So this was inevitable. You seeing him pop up in the vignettes with in NXT where it's like say his name. He comes out of a fucking refrigerator. He comes through the stage. Like this man is just having a great time. And yes, will he be one of the participants in the tournament? Absolutely. I see that. Do I see him getting far? Do I think it's going to be Gunther versus Hendry in the finals? God, if people could dream, that's what I would love to see. But in a real wrestling world, that ain't happening. But again, I think it will be a nice surprise and to be under that WWE banner officially. Like I think good on all parties concerned.
Charles, what about you? What do you think about it?
Um, I'm just happy that I met Joe Hendry before WWE price tag because you know that's only
Fair
going to go
enough.
up.
Oh boy, that's gonna like quadruple at the very
Yeah.
least
Oh yeah.
minimum.
I'll tell you guys what he's charging come Mania season.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that alone is gonna be an
It's
adventure.
like those indie table prices, those TNA table prices. Oh, those are long
I
gone.
met Joe Hendry for $30.
Yeah, no, that is not
That
going to be a thing anymore.
No. Hell,
More like 300.
I'm meeting Natalia at the same place for $40. So only imagine what Joe Hendry is going to go up to right now.
Oh
Say
boy.
his
well,
name and he appears. He's worth 300.
Yeah.
That's like CM Punk Hogan money. I don't think it's I'm gonna say let's do a scholar's quick talk out of it real quick. I'm going to say 100. What say you?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking between
Yeah,
75 and 100
yeah,
when I go to Mania.
yeah. With the popularity, it's going to be 100. I feel
I'm
like
thinking
100
between
is.
75 and 100.
I
I'll let you
I
guys know.
I feel like 100's going to be the base because of the popularity and because of the fact that they know that people are going to be willing to pay that much
Yeah.
to get them. They're going to be like, all right, 100 it is.
This man,
This is the WWE umbrella now. Remember,
I'd say
if they know that somebody's willing to pay that, they're going to do it.
I'd say well, the first question that's going to be on everyone's mind, but we already know what the answer is going to be, is whether or not he's just going to jump right up to the main roster or just go or stay in NXT for a while. Like I
Well,
said, we
he's
know the
definitely
answer to
going to
that
be a
one.
mystery opponent in the John Cena tournament.
Oh, absolutely. But like when it comes to like where he's gonna go after that, he'll probably just stay down in NXT for a while and get that call up. He's not gonna stay for very long. But while he's under that NXT umbrella, he'll probably be somewhere between 75 and 100. It'll definitely raise more once he joins up on the main roster. And holy shit, there he is. We said his name too many times. He's
Oh no.
appeared. Oh God.
listen to the
We said his
reaction
name
we
too
have
many
for
times.
this
He
man.
finally appears.
Listen to
Okay.
the reaction we have for this man. If he's just not charging $900 for a photo op session, he's out of his mind, ladies and gentlemen. $100, perfect amount. But if you're Joe Hendry, you get that $900.
Not
Listen,
Hell,
the only person
$100,
that's getting multiple hundreds out of me is going to be Taker if I get an opportunity to
yeah,
meet him.
it's like, look, $100. If he stays at $100 as a base, that's a man of the people
Mhm,
right there.
mhm,
But
I will
yes.
pay whatever Taker's charging to get his autograph.
Well, yes, that's a given.
Oh. Oh, we're
We all
absolutely
would
gonna
do that.
trade notes with that later. But yeah, because the conversation really seems to be going in this direction anyway, let's talk a little bit about what WWE is doing on Monday Night Raw, because we got an absolute banger of a show this past week, kicking off with John Cena defeating Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title, which I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but I don't know about you, but I was not quite expecting this.
As soon as they announced that it was going to be for the Intercontinental title, John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio was a given in one of the four shows that he was going to do at the end. So as soon as they announced it was for the title, I'm like, okay, so John Cena's going to win because now they're upping the stakes for his final match. So it's one thing to beat John Cena as your final match. That's going to be a tip on your cap, but to beat him for a title as your final match, that's as his final match, that's going to be quite a big deal. So it was one of those things. It was a foregone conclusion once they announced it was for the title, but the fact that it was so good leading into the finish, if he wasn't a made man before, Dominic Mysterio is going to be on top of this company within about the next 1.5 years.
Fair.
So, on that note, obviously the rest of the highlights from this past week on Monday Night Raw were the first round matches of the month of the Last Time Is Now tournament. We got Rusev defeating Damian Priest to advance, and we got Sheamus defeating Shinsuke Nakamura to advance. And we also got the announcement of two new matches. We've got for next week Javon Evans coming up from NXT to face a returning Gunther.
To get eaten
And
alive by Gunther.
yeah, I wonder
The
how.
boy's gonna be bouncy. That's all right. That's right.
But you know what? It just tells you that he's going to be a big deal because he's an NXT superstar in the tournament. So all he has to do is survive.
Oh,
He doesn't.
Gunther's gonna give him a great match because the thing is with Gunther that most people don't understand is he likes to actually make his opponent look good. He's a good
Yes.
dance partner, and that's something that people just don't seem to appreciate with him. But yeah, it doesn't matter because we
Yeah,
already know he's
Oh,
Javon
they go
Jav,
learn. They go learn.
Javon Evans is
Uh,
going to get eaten by Gunther, but in the meantime, Gunther's going to give him some play in that
oh yeah,
match. So
no one's gonna
Javon
run a fool.
Evans
They're just gonna
is
bitch.
going to be a big deal when he gets the full time call up. This is just the NXT going up to get eaten by a main roster guy in a tournament bit. So, hey, the three names that we've got going forward in this tournament right now are who I would have picked. So it's like Rusev, Sheamus, and we know it's going to be Gunther. And depending on who the random opponent is for Solo
Solo.
Sikoa.
That's the other match. We got Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent. We were just talking about the signing of Joe Hendry. Here's an Arc
Saying his
Scholars
name, he's
Quick
gonna
Talk.
keep appearing.
Is he? Is he going
Is
to appear?
It's
I
over there.
I don't I
I'm not seeing him. Where is he? Are we
I don't
safe? Are we
I
safe
think
for now?
I hope so. I hope so because yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in any case, that here's a quick Scholars Quick Talk for you. Outside of if it's not that guy, who else could it possibly be?
Cardona.
Guesses.
Cardona.
Yeah,
That
I'd
would
like
be
to see
that would
Cardona.
be spectacular if it was. I don't think it's likely, and that's coming from me, but man, I'd be love to see it.
If it's anybody other than Hendry, Solo moves on. If it's Hendry, I think Hendry moves on.
Unless the person facing Solo is Oba.
Oh,
Oh, if it's
yeah,
geez.
that's a good one. That
I
is a
don't think it. I don't think it's got to be Oba though, because if Oba's in the tournament, I've got him winning the damn thing.
Here's the but
Sorry.
that's also the question. Like it's because they're not showing brackets in this tournament. I'm thinking of the possibility that the winners of these matches, instead of just like a full-on tournament, they just go on and like basically qualify themselves into like maybe like a battle royal or something, just so nobody can get these people cannot get pinned and protected. Like example, Oba. But
that's an interesting thought. That is an interesting thought because they haven't announced any brackets. The only thing that's making me think otherwise is the overall timing on all of this. Because we still do have Survivor Series coming up. You could still have more of those between now and then. I think it's ultimately going to come down to a matter of timing. If they're really tight on time and they can't get all the matches in the before John Cena's last match, that is a possibility that I haven't quite considered, but I don't know. I guess if they ever do release some sort of a bracket, I'll be proven wrong. Or maybe
They
for all
won't.
we know,
They
Yeah.
won't. They're playing this. They're playing this as they go. There's no
it does
brackets.
seem that way, doesn't it?
Who's the
like
question mark, Pete? Who do we got?
growing up in the desert of the Egyptians, I was always a firm believer in believing in what you see. And I believe that the two question marks are going to be Matt Cardona and Joe Hendry because of the simple fact is WWE is teasing, being like, they don't have to be in an organization or with Joe
Oh,
Hendry signing for WWE. It's a shoo-in. I think it could be a nice little surprise, especially with the history with Cena and Zack Ryder. I think it could be a cool little moment. Not saying that he would see Matt Cardona, but if he goes and then like they have a backstage moment, cool little thing. I think at this point is you want to hit the feels for all the wrestling fans. It's why he became the Grand Slam champion, and it's what Scholar Brian said earlier. I fully expect that Dom and Braun are going to be headlining WrestleMania within years. And I think that's great for the business. I think that's great all around. I think right now, with this send off with John Cena, you're going to have it where you have these guys like Joe Hendry come in, who is, hey, over coming from like an AJ Styles thing, coming from TNA into WWE. And then you also have on the flip side, if you have Matt Cardona or even somebody from NXT like an Obi, like there's it's just you need to hit the feels with just John Cena retirement, and it's all coming because at the end of the day, the elephant's not in the room, gentlemen. We all know what's happening. Gunther, the ring general, will win at
now,
the
now,
end. And
now. Now. Wait 1 second on
how
that
now,
before
Brown
you
Cow?
finish that sentence. I want Gunther to win just as much as the next guy. However, imagine it going from Grand Slam champ John Cena to Grand Slam champ Sheamus.
He would be the only other person who I would see want to win the
He
tournament,
would be
just so,
the
just
Huh.
so he just so I could see him winning finally winning the Intercontinental
Yeah.
Championship
Yeah.
off
I got
John Cena.
it's
Oh,
one
thinking,
it's
thinking,
it's one of
Always
those
thinking.
things.
thinking.
It's one of those things that is a nice thought to have in your head, but
A
no.
nice wild card.
So wait,
But
you
it's
guys don't think Sheamus is ever going to win the IC title?
Oh, he's
I
going
Oh
don't
to
no,
think that he's
100%.
didn't say
going to,
that.
but not now.
Okay.
He's not gonna be the one to beat Cena for it.
Okay.
It might actually. I think the play here is to lose a match and turn. I think we need Mean Sheamus back before he goes for the Intercontinental title this time. Because
Okay.
he's gone for the Intercontinental title so many times as the banger after banger after banger babyface. And that's obviously not working. So I think he's going to get it as a bad guy.
Do we need a shameful thing, lobster head?
Heroes man will bake some bread.
We
Too
might.
many pies. Too many
Too many
pies.
Too many
lines.
pies.
Too many
But
lines.
but yeah, I've got the final right now in my head as Gunther versus Rusev because Rusev's the only one in like tournament speak who's actually like filed grievances against John Cena when he's been in promos just like this man ruined my career. This man ran me out of the WWE. So it's like you've got Gunther being Gunther, and then you've got Rusev as basically the only man so far who's actually been like, I've got a reason to hate John Cena and want to actually hurt him out of this company instead of just beat him. So, so that's why my thought right now is Gunther versus Rusev, and Rusev winning his first match the way he did not dissuade me from that notion.
Oh boy. Well, expectations are certainly abounding. I think the bracket, such as it is beginning to be formed. Uh, Tarek, did we get your thoughts? Or is it
On
on who the mystery opponent is going to be? And is it going to make any difference in the result of the tournament?
For which match? Since now there are like three of them.
Let's say the new one that just got recently announced, Solo Sikoa and Mystery. Who do we think the mystery part opponent is, and is it gonna ultimately have a effect, do you think, on the ultimate winner of the tournament?
I guess it. I still kind of threw the idea of, for at least for Solo's match, Oba.
You're right, you did say Oba. I think
But
so many of us were so focused on like, oh, Joe Hendry, we're all excited, say his name, like, oop, sorry. Anywho,
Don't forget Ziggler.
uh I was like, I doubt it, but then again, like, oh wait, he's technically TNA, isn't he?
Yeah.
it's just the question now: how many more brackets are left? Like, how many matches have been officially announced? Because it's 16 brackets in all, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we already
Yeah, I
got.
think there's been four announced,
Well,
maybe six.
there's the two that happened, and then it's a
So
new four announced, or is it just
That we've
the
got
two that happened and two announced?
we've got 12 slots confirmed. So yeah, there's two more matches that still need to be announced.
Oh, so it's possible that Nick Nemeth can be added, and same thing with Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Um,
It's more
I
likely than I thought at first glance. Yeah, you bring up a good point.
who was the match that I initially threw the idea of Joe Hendry, the uh the one that not oh it was
On
Adam Pearce
SmackDown,
said.
uh
Uh
it wasn't LA Knight, was it?
Yeah.
yeah, it was yeah. So it's not
I walked into
that
that
one.
one. Fair.
That one has to be a heel. And then you have Solo versus Blank, which I said was probably going to be Oba. At least that's my prediction. And what was the other match?
Oh wow, I'm blanking.
Because
Norman
those are the ones that Nick
Smiley
Aldis
versus
announced. So
Yes.
because I
Norman
missed
Smiley
SmackDown. Norman's.
in a Firefly Funhouse match against
hold
Barry
on, I'll look it
Horowitz.
up real quick.
I guess just in the end, like those two
Miz
are still
versus Jey Uso.
possibilities.
Oh, that was it.
Blank versus Jay.
Miz versus Jey
Oh,
Uso.
Miz. Oh,
Oh
right.
no,
Wait.
Miz versus
Miz versus
Carmelo.
Carmelo. It's
Yeah.
Miz versus Carmelo. That's right.
Oh no, I'm looking at
And then
something else.
I threw the idea of with that one, at least to Charlie, where Trick helps Carmelo beat Miz,
Yeah.
since they're both heels now, and they would fit.
And his
I mean,
wifey's on SmackDown, so
the tag titles need tag division needs more teams, and I don't see either Mello or Trick winning singles gold on the main roster anytime soon. So it just makes sense for them to get thrown back together as a team. And as I said to Charlie, kind of proving my point. That's the only way I could actually see Miz not surviving the first round of this tournament. To continue what
Oh,
I
brother, brother,
told him
brother.
last week.
All right. Well, yeah, we can only speculate about what the next week is going to be holding for the John Cena tournament, or we're going to be finding out who the mystery opponent for next SmackDown match is probably going to be by the time this goes live. But in the meantime, WWE was not the only people cooking this past week, because as far as AEW concerned, we got plenty of blood and guts, and I am beyond here for it. We got a whole bunch of great matches and exciting announcements. For us personally, who are ticket holders to Full Gear, we got the announcement that Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe for the AEW Championship is going to be a steel cage match. That's going to be very interesting. But as far as cages go, we got back to back beautiful, bloody brilliance, starting with the first ever women's blood and guts match. Absolutely amazing.
This was
Everyone
hands
delivered.
down. This was hands down match of the week. Easy. Just everything you could have hoped for when they announced this. It 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 was exactly everything that it needed to be, and the ending was perfect. The ending was perfect, even though it kind of telegraphed who's going to win, who's going to be the first women's tag team champions.
I
So,
don't. That's the thing. It's like it may have telegraphed it, but I'm not really upset about it. I mean, it's
well,
still
yeah,
there. It's just showing who's the winner is going to be in their tournament match coming up, and I actually like from a storyline aspect of that. Well, I'll just point out there were storyline aspects through both matches, and I think it was absolutely brilliant.
oh yeah,
But we're on focusing on the women's match. We had the continuing feud between Statlander and Mercedes. Sorry,
Oh
repeat.
boy.
Mercedes Moné. We got the build on that one. I mean, going through the table, which I have to quickly point out, in both matches, it was I am the tables galore.
Yeah, I know
Tables
we
were just refusing to
no,
break on both ends.
no tables were allowed to break.
Hell,
it
they
was so
tried breaking
weird though.
the same table in a matter of seconds, and I'm just like, I am the table. I am still the table.
It just happened so fast. I even mentioned something on our group chat. I'm like, it just went so fast. I'm like, I couldn't tell. Like, were those tables meant to break, or what was going on there? But yeah, it was an
Those
I
ladies
am
were
the
just
table.
extremely light. Those ladies were extremely light. That was the answer. But
Honestly, that makes sense. Continue.
I mean, shit. We got two women like they are so small that they were able to go through the cage structure to squeeze into these little holes, and I'm just going, what the fuck is this? This is just. I don't think we've never seen anything like this, and we're probably never going to see anything like this again.
Oh
Uh,
man, I need to watch it. I have it on DVR. I haven't
but
watched it yet.
but
Oh,
oh my
you are
God,
in for a treat, sir.
oh, very much so. But yeah, storytelling's galore. There was the Mercedes Statlander story. Uh, the next round match with Tony Storm and Mina versus uh,
Megan Bain and Marina
Megan
Shafir.
Bain and Megan Payne and uh, Marina Shafir
Marina
thing,
Shafir.
which is I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, people are upset at this ending, but I'm just looking at it like this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, both matches didn't need to have faces winning this one, and
Oh yeah.
having the second one win, close the show, ending with the faces win, makes so much more sense. It's something that we even talked about on the group chat that Brian wished that this one actually main evented the show, but for the telling of the storyline, it just shows how like they had like Tony was not going to break, but seeing her partner slash friend getting basically whipped with the TBS championship was just, as I called it as we entered the show this evening, capital B R oodle. Like those weren't just like, oh, she's whipping. She is whipping with the centerpiece on her back. That
And
has
like
to hurt.
four women were holding Tony Storm so that she had to watch as this was going on. And it's like what and like I don't know why people are upset
Oh yeah, I had an
about the
argument.
ending, because the big thing about it is it builds stories further down the line, because the people holding Tony Storm down were both tag teams.
Yeah,
Mercedes
was
Monet
dead.
was dead at that point.
Yeah, it's
So
just like,
it does telegraph who's gonna be. I do feel like, hey, Tony Storm and Mina are going to end up being the tag team champions because of this moment right here. But if you're
that's
gonna
okay.
do that, do it in a storyline way that makes sense. So it's like
Yeah,
now I'm like, I want to see them as champions at the end of this. And at that point, it did its job. And for the first ever women's Blood and Guts match, they went out, threw up a beauty. Loved
yeah.
every second of it.
Like I said, yes, last night after it happened, Ooh, excuse me. I had an argument with someone online who was posting. It's like, oh God, that was the ending for Blood and Guts. Jesus Christ, facepalm. I'm like, and I just asked him, well, what were you expecting? And they only give the answer something better than that BS. And I'm just like, well, actually, when you look at it, it is actually adding drama to the tournament match, which is something that actually is well put. And all I get was the response like for a second round match, and it's like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, well,
Why
yeah,
not?
honestly, yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, we're not only gonna focus on the finals of this tournament. If you actually are building drama and making each round of these matches feel important, that makes the finals important, which in the end makes the winners important because all these people went through hell to win these prizes. So yeah, and you look at it, it makes perfect sense. It makes the entire tournament feel special, and it keeps adding to it making feel special. So what's wrong with that? And in the end, that guy was just going, it's like, you don't need to, it's like, you don't need to defend this BS book. And I'm just like, that's it. You just can't please everyone. People are, it's like, if you guys are just, people are just hating to hate without actually defending your actions on why you don't like it, or in my case, why I do like it, which I do defend it, then, there's no point of talking to these people.
Exactly. Tarek, by running with the IWC troll on the Gunther comment I made.
Oh, I can't wait to
Ba
hear about that.
Basic
But
rule of life. Never feed, number one, never feed the trolls because let's be real, they only feel, they don't think.
that's
They
why
are not scholars of wrestling and they never will
in my
be.
like I would give the defense. I was just like, I'm trying. All I was trying to do was basically talk to a fellow wrestling fan about something that, like, oh, here's your view, here's my view. When I'm defending my view and you are not pretty much talking down on my view, okay, fuck you, because why what's the point? But again, it's like it's hard to want to talk to fellow wrestling fans about this when they are like not telling you why they don't like it, other than just like, oh, it's just bullshit booking. Well, it's like, okay, well, go into the creative and figure this out and try and make it better, because good luck, you stupid son of a bitch. But how I feel, and probably how the rest of you all feel, you fine gentlemen use. Yeah, I thought it was just great storytelling. Does it actually show who's winning this tournament? Most likely. But at this point, I don't care. You have to, like, at least have us enjoy the journey, that when we get to the destination, we are losing our shits as wrestling fans. And
And I will give Charlie one spoiler because it doesn't actually spoil anything at the end. Sky Blue, quite possibly the best women's blade job I have ever seen in my
I
life.
heard. I
Sky
heard
She
Blue
was
already.
came to play.
she was she was covered within 5 minutes
I
of the
heard it was
beginning
like
of
the
the match.
dude,
It
it
was
was
one.
within 1 minute of this
It,
match.
it, it was one on one. Nobody else had come in yet, and
Yeah,
she was completely covered. And I'm
I
like,
She
heard.
was
well,
wearing that crimson mask.
yeah. And it's like, well, we're starting off hot. And
So, with all that being considered, here's another. I'm going to be selfish for a minute. I'm going to speculate where this is going next. And given what we saw, in your opinion, Scholars Quick Talk, for those of us who are ticket holders, does this mean we're getting Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa at versus Megan Bain and Marina Shafir at Full Gear? Or is there something else happening? What do you think?
I need to look at
yes,
this tournament again, because just to see where they're at. So, uh, someone else can give the answer before I give mine, because I need to
I will
figure this
say
out.
that it will be Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus one of those two teams. I don't know. I don't have the brackets in front of me at the moment, so I don't know who's first in line. but whoever they don't face in the second round, I will say this: Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa are confirmed in the finals at Full Gear at this point. Whoever they don't face in the semifinals, that's the match.
Okay, so okay, I think we are at the final four here. Okay, I think this is the updated one. So the we got the second round matches are oh shit, no, that's wrong. That's just a different viewing of Jesus.
We'll
Let's
just
see.
go with
Okay.
yes.
Sisters of Sin versus Willow and Harley. And
Willow
then
and
you
Harley
have
to win it.
No, not a chance.
and then Tony and Mina versus Bane and it was gonna say Ford because that's the picture I'm looking at. But for Bane and Shafir. So
Yeah, so the finals are going to be the Sisters of Sin versus Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
so
At
that
Full Gear.
means for the go home show coming up this week, we're getting the two semis.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
All right, there you go.
we're gonna see most likely see Sisters of Sin versus Tony and Mina at Full Gear.
Oh, I
Nice.
want Willow and no.
It's okay. There's still
Sorry, there's still
spaces for about 4 more matches yet to be announced. There's still a chance.
Oh, you know Mercedes Moné is gonna cost Willow and Harley the match.
I'm sorry,
Oh, I
who?
want Willow and Harley to win.
I already did it once. I'm not doing it again.
I had to try.
If you're gonna want to hear it again, ask Pete to do it.
Hey, Pete, it's your time. Let's go.
Do it and get it over with, Pete.
I find it interesting that growing up, I was never asked about my thoughts on Blood and Guts. But now here we are when I want to talk to you about one of my favorite wrestlers. And of course, we're not talking about Mr. Underrated Norman Smiley. We're not talking about Jake the Snake Roberts. Nada. Not even LA Knight makes this list. We're talking about my girl and
Oh, God.
yours. Her name, see it in the lights, Mercedes Monet.
Okay. In response, sir, it's like you're upset because we didn't ask for your opinion of Blood and Guts. To be fair, we may be talking about this women's tag team tournament, but it's still stemming from the fact that we're still on the women's blood and gut match. So, with that being said, good sir, we'd like to know your feelings on the women's blood and guts. What are your thoughts? Hmm?
Do tell, sir. Do tell.
I won't tell you, I'll show you. 2 thumbs up.
Yay! Yippee!
Uh, he likes it. He really, really likes it.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, indeed. There's a whole lot that we've got to look forward to over the next week. But
Oh,
yet, oh yeah,
I just came to the realization with blood. It's like we have blood and guts in early November, and then we got War Games
Ball
in
games.
late November. So let's just go ahead and just make November the Bloody Games match, the Bloody Games month.
and sandwiched right in between there, we got an old big old smattering of Full Gear waiting for us. But wait,
There's
we're
more.
not. There is more, and we ain't done yet because we still have the men's blood and guts match, where we got a whole fresh crop of violence for everybody. There was blood, there was fire, there was
Fire.
broken
Where their
glass.
guts.
There may or may not have been guts.
If you saw Kyle O'Reilly's face, there was definitely guts.
And
I mean, Moxley was basically stabbing everybody with a fork. So
A
yeah,
Ferk?
So here's the
with a
deal.
furk.
Not even a
This is
fork, a furk.
this
A
this
Ferk?
is the
A
Because he's
story.
fucking
hardcore.
Ferk.
He's hardcore.
This is the story of two separate matches. Okay, because the first probably like 6 guys in, you could hardly classify this as a blood and guts match. They were basically it was basically in freeze frame motion until Moxley came in as the fourth Death Riders member because he took his time. He took his sweet time coming through the crowd, slowly got in the ring, and you saw him lifting up his hand, and immediately didn't touch anybody, just started stabbing random people with forks. And it's just like, okay, business has picked up. It's real now. It's one of those when you're doing the old school elimination chambers when you knew when business was going to pick up, but they were just doing stuff at the beginning to lead up to it. Nothing really big was going on. Nothing incredible happened. And then Moxley came in with the fork, and that's when everybody started going nuts.
You mean
And
the
after
Ferk?
that, and after that was some of the great blood and gut stuff. We had Darby Allin getting tossed off of the top of the Tron through a flaming table
What?
by a returning Gabe Kidd and Pac, by the way.
He Pac and Darby were on top of the like little entrance
Yeah.
like what's the word for it?
Tron. I'm
The
calling it a
Tron
Tron.
entrances.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a two flaming tables. Pac had Darby over his head, and just slammed him through it. Darby was still on fire after he crashed through those tables. Even rolling as much as he can, his ass was still on fire. And when I mean saying his ass was still on fire, that mean his literal ass was still on fire. His pants were burning, and it was
Yes.
like, oh
There
God.
was still
And you
flames.
just had to get people patting on his ass to put the fire out. He
He
must have
asked for
liked it a
medium
lot.
rare.
All
And
like
then Pac randomly gets back into the ring, and we get another "I am the table" moment.
Thick.
Yeah,
And then,
Charlie, you got your homework for tonight.
Yeah.
yeah, and then they gave Kyle O'Reilly the old school Steve Austin Bret Hart moment, except Kyle O'Reilly didn't pass out at the end. He put
turn the
he
box.
he didn't even turn the Mox. He was still on the hold, and he gave him the FU over his shoulder while he was in the bulldog choke with a chain,
Damn.
and then he put him in an ankle lock, and Moxley did the Moxley tapped out, and we're it
I screamed
this
like a little
one.
girl once Moxley tapped, and I'm just going, "Go! Oh, O'Reilly!
Auto
Yeah,
report.
and it's like
Tap in, Mox."
it's one of those like this. If you wanted the moment where you need Kyle O'Reilly at the top of the card, this is it. The dude just put himself over. Like he's Moxley has this thing where when you get him to tap out, you get the loudest cheer that building has ever seen because he did it with Hangman, he got it with Kyle O'Reilly, and now it's like, okay, I want Hangman versus O'Reilly like right now. Like right now.
Did he tap to
Samoa Joe.
Darby?
So Samoa Joe, okay.
Yeah, wasn't Darby and him an I Quit match?
Yeah, and that crowd went nuts when he tapped too.
Okay.
So it's like it's just one of those things where when you make Moxley tap out,
Good for Moxley though, putting over younger guys.
yeah, I'm at this point, Moxley is so made
Yeah,
in this company where it's like you can tell where it's like he had his year and a half run as a champion and now he's just going to put over people until it's time
good.
to go because he's done it for Darby, he's done it for Hangman, he just did it for Kyle O'Reilly. He's going to do it for the Death Riders when it was said in the group chat that I've got this thing like Veer Mahan, where I'm like, they're gonna turn on him. They're gonna turn on him soon. If you saw the looks on Garcia and Claudio's faces last night, he's got a week tops
It's coming.
before they put him in the dirt,
Oh
and
wow.
and then it's and then they're made, and then they're the top heels in the company because they just took out their own leader.
And
Leader.
Moxley finally gets the time off that he's long deserved for the past 2 years. So, with that, so we didn't hear from Scholar Jeff. Scholar Jeff, explain to Daddy Bubble how bad thing.
Thank you for calling me out on that. Explain to Daddy Bubble how bad thing. I'll tell
Well,
you
just
what, this
don't
is
say
not a
that.
bad thing. This is a very good thing. Because as soon as I saw this, not only have I never thought this high level, Kyle O'Reilly's always been good,
Mm-hmm.
but this was a lot of what really, it felt very similar to what we got out of Swerve Strickland when he had that absolutely brutal fight with Hangman Page. That took him up to like a few different notches. That was a whole new level for him. This is that moment for Kyle O'Reilly to the point where, you know what? I know I was sort of joshing you in the group chat, Brian, about, oh yeah, he'll Moxley will get turned on, and he'll get rejected, and he'll get canned by the
Gross.
Death Riders in like a year or so. But in all seriousness, I my current prediction is that we're going to get a one-on-one rematch between John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly at Full Gear, and then when Kyle O'Reilly beats him again, that's when we're going to get the rejection from John Moxley to out of the Death Riders. I predict that that's for a moment like that, it's got to be a pretty damn big deal, and I predict it's going to happen at Full Gear. We'll see if I'm right.
And another spoiler for Charlie. Uh, Orange Cassidy puts his hands in his pockets doing the Orange Cassidy thing. So Moxley staples his hands in his pockets.
And not just like one staple. They do multiple staples for each hand to keep it in his pocket.
Wow.
So it's good stuff. Dollar Pete.
When I
What'd
watch
you
this
think of the men's
match,
money?
one of my favorite moments, obviously, was the coffin drop from the Steel with Darby. Like, just not flashy, nothing crazy. It was no flaming tables. It was no staple in your fucking hands to your pockets. It was a nice little moment. I think how it ended with Moxley tapping, we all talked about it was great. In other words, boys, I just instead of saying more, I'm just gonna show you more. I give this match two thumbs
Two
up.
two thumbs
Yay.
way
We
up.
we love the thumbs way up.
So yeah, we
Or
got
I guess
yeah.
since
What else you
since
got?
Orange is in the match,
Yeah, we don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no full thumbs
we
up.
got to do it right, Pete. Orange Cassidy was in the match. Yeah.
So with all that being said, and the road to Full Gear only a week away, there there is really not much else to talk about except what is going to be happening this Saturday in the greatest of all of the wrestling shows that you will ever see in this or in any other lifetime. I am I
Yes.
am of course talking about this week's Saturday night Slam Masters, for I am your World Wildlife Fund Saturday Night Velocity World Champion TM. Scholar Pete, he is your World AEW Collision World Champion, and we are here to give you the best of Saturday Night Wrestling that you will ever see. Scholar Pete, who's going first? Who's going to give the first preview of what you can see on their respective shows soon,
If I
sir?
remember correctly, Scholar Brian said last week that I went first because so as it should be, and Scholar Brian, if you can confirm, you should be the one going this week first, and I will be the one going last.
Yes, we will have the first contestant be World Wildlife Fund Saturday Night Velocity TM. Go.
Very well, very well. I will be happy to do so because I will just enough of this saving the best for last. I'm just going to tell you the show you need to watch this week, first and foremost, because first, we're going to have a blast to the past. We're going to see an amazing WCW reunion match. We are going to have the legendary descendant of the Viano family. We've got Viano 24 going one on one with Glacier. It is the amazing WCW throwback match you never thought you'd see again, but we give it to you because we know that you love the nostalgia. But that's not all. Speaking of nostalgia, we're going to blast even further back to the past, to your very childhood. And when you think of the champions that define your childhood, before you ever set foot into the world of professional wrestling, where did you go? That's right. You went to the breakfast table because we've got for you a special attraction handicap match. We've got Tony the Tiger going 1-on-2 against the deadly tag team of Toucan Sam and Sonny the Cuckoo Bird in a breakfast on a pole match. It is sugary sweet. It is magically delicious, and it's the best wrestling that you will ever see in the universe. But wait, we're still not done. Because in our main event, we've got the showdown to end all showdowns, the technical marvel that will dazzle your mind and tickle your balls. It is the legendary match of Bastion Booger, folks, going one on one against the living legend himself, El Dandy in a
Oh,
90-minute Iron Man match.
Passion Booger couldn't last 90 minutes.
Oh, he can, he will, and he'll show you this week on Saturday Night Velocity World Wildlife Fund TM, the only show. Stop what you're doing, watch this show, and have your life elevated to the next level of human existence and consciousness. Scholar Pete, back to you.
he invoked El Dandy. You got to come up with some good stuff, Pete.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to, of course, the best show of the weekend. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and show Scholar Jeff why, obviously, we're all here to come see AEW Collision Corner because, of course, we have the best matches around and we have the rarest matches around. Of course, our first match is the cleaner match. You've all been wanting to see it. It's here for you right now. Mr. Clean goes one-on-one with OxyClean. Who will scrub the sink cleaner? I mean, people have been asking. We finally delivered. Our GM right here wants to give you greatness. That's why he's on with me right now to share with
Clean
you
sweep.
this greatness. We're
He's got
sweeping the
he
nation.
likes to fight clean, but sometimes he's just gotta fight dirty.
That's what I'm saying. In our
Clean
next
press?
match, in a s'mores on a pole match,
Ooh, I
of
love
course,
s'mores.
we're going to be talking about Mark the Marshmallow going one-on-one with Harry the Hearst. Yes, all right. You've
A
heard that
s'mores
right.
on a pole match
We
sounds
can't because of
sticky.
copyright infringement. You all know what Hearst
Certainly does.
means. Let me tell you, we tried to get Kit Kat Kevin, but he was unavailable.
Yeah, because Kit Kat Kevin got booked on the pre-show of my show. Get wrecked.
Listen, did he have a match with Butterfinger Brian?
Damn right he did. It's a classic rivalry. Everyone knows that.
But let's get serious, people. We're all in serious business because one thing I would like to point out to you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you noticed, there's no high stakes. There's no high stakes in Jeff's little show. We have championships, and you know what? We have the championship. Who's really the Glacier Crystal champion? It is the match you want to see, the H2O showdown of Deer Park versus Poland Spring.
Oh, I love me some Poland Spring.
Who do you have? Who is your Crystal Springs champion? You will find out this Saturday on Saturday Collision Corner. Let me tell you, get your popcorn, get your Hirsch ready because it's going to be a hell of a time. Back to you, Scholar Jeff.
And with that, the vote is now going over to you, gentlemen. Which vote for us? Which do you think is going to be the show that you're going to be watching this Saturday? Who is your Saturday Night Slam Master for the week?
Gotta say, Jeff, you came out with the El Dandy, but I gotta know who that Crystal Springs champion is. So, unfortunately, El Dandy's not gonna get you the win this week because, yes, it's going to be Collision Corner because I need to know who that Crystal Springs champion is.
Scholar Charlie.
If I had to watch Bastion Booger wrestle for 90 minutes, one of us would have a heart attack, either me or Bastion Booger. So I too want to find out who the Crystal Glacier, did I get it right? Something champion will be, because I love me some Poland Spring. And the s'mores on a pole match got me by the balls. So I'll be watching that.
Wait. Do we have an accord, Scholar Tarek?
Jeff, you have a breakfast handicap match, and yet you threw two single superstars to go against Tony the Tiger when you have the Cookie Crook and Chip the Dog from Cookie Crisp as that tag team to try and take out Tony the Tiger? Plus, Pete has the biggest superstar in the history of internet wrestling, Mr. Clean, returning from retirement to give, who was his opponent?
OxyClean.
OxyClean.
Give OxyClean the clean cut, clean sweep, and clean press. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you have to go back to old no DQ days because Mr. Clean is what sold me on this one. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Ain't nobody, don't ask me. I'm just so fresh, so clean. So I am also going to go with the Collision Corner for the win because Mr. Clean is what sold it for me. I don't even care about the Ocean Crystal Water Championship. That doesn't matter. What matters is Mr. Clean, the dirtiest player in the game, Mr. Clean.
Who did you think, fans? Let us know in the comments.
Absolutely. Hey, regardless of who you're picking, Saturday Night Slam Masters is a great night for wrestling all around the world. But yes, those are our thoughts of the best and worst and most exciting in this week of professional wrestling. But now is a part of our show where we bring it over to you, our fellow fans. What are you most looking forward to over this next week? What else did you watch? What did you like Blood and Guts? And where do you think that this John Cena last time is now tournament is headed? No matter what you think, let us know all across the internet. And for those of us who like to join in the conversation personally, you can hit us up on our personal social media medium of choice. Tarek, do you still have an avenue where people can reach you?
As of right now, no, but I'll just go ahead and end this show by saying you should throw a fucking beach party.
Why do you swear now? That's it. We're going to an intermission.
Intermission
Vision
time.
time. This is the part where we dance. But first, we need to pitch it over to Scholar Brian. Where can they reach you?
You can reach me preparing for the dance party at
At the
Atomic
Avatar?
Beanpole. At Atomic Beanpole.
Scholar Charlie, where can they reach you?
You can't reach me on X because I'm not on X.
So dance, damn it!
He's just a random head on a Thursday night.
Yes, we are all in the middle of recalibrating all of our social medias. Pete, where can people reach you?
Oh, if you say my name, the wiggle will appear. You could reach me at Norman Smiley's biggest fan at Improv Pete.
And you can find me on Twitter/X at I'm Robbie Rage. And for all of the relevant social media links and much, much more, you can check us out at our Linktree and the description box below, wherever you are. That's Linktree/Scholars of Wrestling for more social media links and ways to support the show. But anyway, we got to keep this dance party going long into the night because you know who we are. We're the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
See you
Wiggle,
next
wiggle,
week.
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
For...
Yeah.
Holy,
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle,
holy shit,
wiggle,
Joe
wiggle.
Hendry's
Yeah.
back!
Oh, no!